Alrighty, we are live. I'm gonna turn down the music a bit. Might be a bit loud. Probably gonna hear my AC in the background. Sorry about that in advance. Not probably not gonna be talking too much during this, but we're gonna be cleaning up this background from one of the very first shots of the pilot. That's about all I can say. Just want to try adding some more personality to this, because I might be going back and doing some revisions on existing backgrounds, so let's get started. Hope y'all are doing good. Let's move this so I can see the chat. There we go. A little closer. There we go. Damn, I thought I was late. Oh, no worries, I just started. Also, hi. I'm doing good. Oh, hey you. Oh, hey you. are those for? wonder if I should put a pattern on the roof. Because I was thinking it could look like pizza toppings if it's like a pizza themed thing, but I don't know if this would look silly or not. Nah, that would be a bit too silly. It almost feels like it could be like a corrugated surface, like a... And then this part's like flat. This could have... Yeah, I think I like the corrugated look. Because I almost wanted to have a feeling of like a smaller local restaurant. And oh, hi. Should this have like outdoor seating? I feel like that's also something a restaurant like this would have. It would be like kind of by the sign here. If I just do this, I can put a table back here. bit small. I can make that bigger. Or maybe I should make the other thing smaller. Put the power lines in the background. I have some power lines that show up later in the scene, so I kind of went for a minimal look with those. So a couple back here. Then I can put some more support down here. I think that's a good place to start on the final details. So I still gotta get this colored in this stream. What's the show about? The show is about how do I say this? It's about an influencer who gets pretty much thrown headfirst into a very harrowing situation. That's it in the broadest sense. But it's also a lot of things. But actually, it's not that many things. It's a musical with like a larger plot, I guess. There's not a lot I could say that wouldn't give away story elements that we're saving for when the pilot comes out. I'm sure there's like details that either I or Jack or Core have mentioned in previous streams. If you're curious about more, I don't want to accidentally give away too much information. Should be coming out in I'm hoping October. Close enough. And then I'll just duplicate this, edit, transform, flip horizontal, and just kind of drop this right here. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I think there's a lot of potential here. I deliberately took a step back from the scripting process because I realized that my skill sets were better suited to building on what they've decided instead of I tend to get pretty overwhelmed when it comes to writing on like specific plot details in that sense, but what I've seen of what they've written has been really exciting. Okay, so this one is framed in a way where probably not going to be able to just do like a regular squiggle, so just bumps will do the trick here. There we go. And then let's add this in. And same thing. Are there any shows that you guys are taking inspiration from? There's a couple. Here, actually, let me pull up the doc here, and then I can just read the ones that we wrote, so that I'm not trying to do it from memory. I think it's this one. A couple references that we're pulling from are cartoons like Steven Universe, Over the Garden Wall, and I always forget this this creator's name, but they made The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and I believe Mind Game. Let me look up that director. They also made the Tommy Galaxy. Oh, Masaki Yuasa. That's the director. We want this show, it's like, at least visually, so I'm not speaking for them. Visually, something I want is for there to be a bit of grounded realism in the sense that like the world it exists in is believable, but it's also has a bit more personality. Like, let me find a shot from here. This is a shot that I'm just going to copy and paste from just random Google image search. This is this is a shot from the Tommy Galaxy, and this is the vibe that I would like to be able to introduce in several parts. Uh, ooh, this image is good too. I'll have to add this one to the references, but I think this one is also the Tommy Galaxy, but it could also be The Night is Young Walk On Girl. Uh, but you could see it's like very loose backgrounds with an emphasis on texture to give more flexibility to the animators. I'm trying to introduce a bit more grounding to the environment, but mostly just enough so it. Let me see if I can find one more example here, and then I'll close this out. Like, these are pretty simplistic in terms of like the art being drawn. It's a lot of boxes, a lot of repeating textures, simple flowers, details that are very skewed, but there's also a lot of personality. And I want to make sure that even if I'm putting simplified backgrounds in, I'm still including as much of that feeling as possible. Let's keep this going here. This just gets bumps. Oh, heyo. Just doing some work. I can have a bit more of a curve to it. Oh, wrong button. And let's do the same thing up here. Okay, and then flatten this down. these are a little different. Oh, wrong brush. There we go. Wait, are all three of them writing the story? So yes and no. Jack and Core are the ones who are going to be writing the majority of the script. What I do is more story development in the sense of taking the ideas that they come up with and helping them build it out as we're creating the show, like interpreting the script both visually and you know, when I do like the boards based on the script, my choices will affect the pacing and things along that line. But as it stands, the plot is all like within their control. It's just like my interpretation of that script is more where I'm putting my creative energy into. I was more involved early on, and then they had a bet. Then as they developed like a stronger grasp of like this is the story we want to tell, I took a step back so that I could put my energy here, which I think. Oh, damn! I nailed that line. Can't really see these ones, so I'm not going to go too crazy here. Because I think this is going to be on screen for just a couple seconds as like an establishing shot, so I don't really need to go crazy, but if we're going to be seeing this part early on, I do want to include a bit more just so it stands out. Because I'm definitely not going to be able to do the type of backgrounds they have in like Hell of a Boss or something. Although the Hell of a Boss backgrounds, if I remember right, do also have that kind of like kind of floaty, loosey-goosey feeling to them. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, that's... Let's keep going here. What's the show's name? You can't seem to find it on any of the channel pages. I'm not sure I should say yet. So, we did have a title picked out for a while, but we recently had a meeting and we're potentially changing it to something else. So, I don't want to get y'all hyped for the wrong name. Oh, wait a minute. I should have. Before I added those, I should have copied these like horizontal wavy lines so I could add that depth to them without having to redraw them. I'll deal with that later. There is a chance someone has said the title at some point during one of the live streams, if you want to check, just in case, but... oh. I have to remember that people aren't going to be zooming in on these, so I can't go crazy with the details. Now this is fine. Let's just do it like this. Cap this here and then there we go. Yeah, I'm vibing with the corrugated roof. I think this will work. Adds a bit more depth without being too in your face. Come on. And then let's add another line here. Okay, that's good. Let's see, I've almost been going for about 50 minutes now. I might take a break and do a couple doodle requests and then get back into this if anyone wants anything. Just so that you guys aren't watching me do line art for too much longer. It might get a little bit boring. And I can... oh, I can just do this here. Up. There we go. Gets a little wonky right here. There we go, that's better. And then I think this one I'll just have a drop shadow under it. Or maybe like just like a line border instead of something that sticks out. Like this. No. That's fine. And then there could be a drop shadow under it. Yeah, we're at 50 minutes. Let's do... anyone want to suggest anything? I will do some Doodle requests here for like the next 10 minutes or something. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. The tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters. I have not seen the movie. I have seen the tiger though. Let me pull them up here. I know that that the Milk Boys have seen it because I saw them posted their video on it. I am still waiting for a chance to watch it myself. It looks really cute though. And up. Let me move this off to the side here. Actually, edit, copy, edit, paste, and let's just make it smaller. Here's the scale. I guess I was using blue liner before, so let's make it look like he's begging for something on a counter. Let me move this down. There's something very unnerving about this design. He just doesn't look like he's looking straight ahead at anything. And let's add the shape here. There we go. And then let's make the paws a little smaller and let me look up like cat begging pose. Or cat on counter. Let's look up a reference photo here. Those are AI generated. I love image reference source things. Maybe Pinterest will have something decent. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I need to draw here. I want to do the... I think they're a boy. I don't know. I know he's a lot bigger than this, but I want to get this like a goofy pose where why are you asking that Domino stuffed crust cheesy bread? Okay, and then do this, and then let's put the goofy eyes on it, but well, I mean, I guess his mouth is open in this one, but he doesn't have to have the mouth open. I don't want to. Oh, I have to have him look still kind of dead-eyed, not cross-eyed. He's like doing that sort of Muppet thing, or he looks very, very spaced out. I want to do this right. More lines here. Lines here. Dots. And I'm guessing, oh, it looks like they have like leopard spots going down here. Actually, I'm just gonna have their eyes be closed. No. Just put some tiger stripes here, and then I'll do some line art, and then I think I'll call this one good. Because I just made him tiny. Give this a bigger brush just so I don't have to. I like these little swirls that they put in the nostrils here. Hope you get the little whoop, whoop, and then it goes like this at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it is a blue cat. There's going to be Gumball vibes there. we go. Oh, that's so stupid. I love this. And then add these here. And then I can add some little squish under the eyes here, now that I've got this shape down. Just to imply that he's getting... There we go. I don't see any... Actually, let me check. What does their face look like? I guess there's some stripes on the side here. Say it like this? That'll do for now. And then I can get the hands drawn in. Up. And then this other hand in. And there we go, and let's get this paw drawn in here, like this. I'm guessing we probably have pretty big paw pads, so let's do this, and get the claws. So I know he doesn't have thumbs, like they aren't a cat with thumbs, because I saw a clip from the movie, but not enough to get like spoiled for it. So I don't need to add those, I don't think. Pretty happy with this. I can add a couple smaller details, I think, but I think there we go. Oh, I drew that on the wrong layer. So I'm gonna have to hide this one. Copy here. Edit, copy, cut. Oh. Edit, paste. There we go. Now I can hide the reference layer for a second and just go through and add some very simple airbrushing stuff. Actually, I can make this more saturated and bring it down this way, and then... yeah. Do this, and make this a little lighter. let's just go through and close up all these gaps before I do that should be good. Oh, I missed a spot. Okay. I missed a couple spots. That should work now. Hopefully. No. What other gaps did I miss? Sorry, I'm trying to fill in these colors and I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong. Oh, right here. I'm stupid. I forgot about the gaps where the hands connect to the rest of this form. Then I can lower this and erase inside the eyes. Then I'll just get rid of that. I think I'll just call this good here. I think that's enough for a doodle. So I don't want to go crazy with this. I should probably get back to the main thing I was doing. Fill in some of these gaps first. Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty, back to what I was doing before. I'll take a screenshot, but I'm not going to save the file here. There we go. Thank you. Glad you like it. I don't need to save that image, but I have the screenshot. So back to line art. I'm gonna try to, I want to finish this in this stream. So we're over an hour in. This is where I'd usually stop, but I'm feeling pretty good today. Probably do another doodle request in like 20 minutes, I think. People gonna notice this? Does that take away from the image? I think it's okay without that one. go. And there we go. Probably get that one line in. No. On to this thing. Do I need to add more to that bench? That level of detail works there. Okay, I think what I was aiming for with this is it's like one of those like electrical boxes you might see on the side of a building. I'm not exactly sure where those would go on a restaurant, so no one's going to be looking at this for that long, so it doesn't really matter, but I think the main thing I want to work on this month is making sure the world that we're constructing feels believable. And I think to do that, I want to give myself more space to include details that people might not notice on a first watch, but still like give the impression that this world is like lived in and busy. I think little things like this add a lot to that. Like I know I mentioned with like these like the focus is very much on like the characters themselves and their emotion and like the context of the scene. But for like establishing shots and stuff, I think I want to be able to give a little bit more. I mean, obviously the writing takes priority, but I think this will be like a back, like a door that leads to this dumpster back here that's been left open. I'm gonna cut out some of the other stuff I planned for back here, but it'll be a little bit more simplified. Put a box here. Throw this inside. And then some drops of whatever. Make sure that's not too cluttered back there. It's small, but I think that's okay. I think this is supposed to be like a newspaper stand, but I'm not exact. I feel like that might mess up what time period this is supposed to be set in. That's probably fine. That's fine. I could fill this in back here, that's fine. That's okay. Oh. There we go. And flatten this down, and then use a slightly larger brush than the rest here, so I can go through and kind of establish a barrier. And then I can use the regular sized brush here. Establish a border here, and then kind of imply some chairs going over here. I could make this chair a little bigger if I'm gonna mess with that, scale that one. That's fine. I can go through and erase this bit here, these bits here. Probably that line too, just so it's avoid tangents, and then erase this line up here. And that should do the trick for this back area. It's probably not going to look great, but no one's going to be looking that closely. Oh, wrong brush. Oof, that looks really wonky, actually. Do I want to redo that, or do I want to keep it? Now I'll keep it. I have other stuff I can get done here. Oof, that's a little wonky. There we go. Damn, it's already full. It's already almost 4. Time's been going by fast these lately. think I'll do one more doodle request and then I'll finish up the rest of this line art. Any y'all want anything? Oh, I have a bit of time left on this track too, so. Oof. Okay, never mind. Looks like there's not. Looks like folks are leaving, so I'll just finish this up. just make a new layer. And oh, have I been drawing this on the talking sketch layer? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, now. And let's see, I actually don't want to put a window back here, so let's just put the door, like the employee enter and exit door here, just so I'm not putting a whole window. Actually, I'll just leave that area blank. I think there's enough going on with the trash back there that people won't notice. No, I'll notice. Actually, I can just silhouette these. I don't need to add all of the details. Nah, never mind. There we go. There's the edge of the canvas. So. There we go. And oh, that's a little too wide. Probably more going off in like that. This might be a bit too busy with the power lines. I might have to color those a different tone so they don't stick out quite as much. Let me copy all of this stuff that showed up on this layer real quick. And edit, paste that back in. I might have to make these fade into the background a little bit more. Okay, I can adjust for that. Oh, wrong layer. I don't like how that looks. I gotta do this one by hand. I think that's this Pokemon music. Oh, never mind, I got some time left. I've been at this for an hour and 45 minutes, goddamn. Make this not clutter that up too much. Let's make the logo for the Hexagon Pizza Jungle. I already made a font out of my handwriting a while back, so I don't have to worry about that. And let's go through and do some size changing here. Or there you go, and then jungle needs to be made a little bit bigger as well. And then I have to center all of this, like so. I can make a hexagon like a touch bigger. I mean, hexagon's gonna get stretched out the most, and then Change the spacing here. Font. Text, line space, and there we go. Bring those a little closer together. Does this affect? Okay, that affects all three, so that's as close as I'm getting. And edit, transform. I cannot mesh transform this while it's like this, so let's make a copy. Flatten this one down, merge this layer below. I'm going to set this to monochrome so I can really just goof everything up while I'm getting this in place. I'm realizing as I'm doing this, I could just trace over the text I wrote before, because that looked pretty good. But I've already committed to whatever this method's going to be, so I'm going to at least see this through. Because I might just have to trace over it anyway. Maybe I can get this to fit a little bit better, and then I can trace over it. Because that looks... I like this. That looks good. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to trace it, but... And let's hide... Oh, which layer has the sketch? There we go. The text a little bit thicker than the border, because I might color this in later. Pretty sure this video has played this song already. I just have like a 2-hour playlist of Pokemon music going. Feels like it's been repeating tracks. what are all these layers up here? The last thing I think I'm going to add is there's this little pathway right here. Oh, wrong layer. I'm going to add it right here. And then this is kind of a rail system for this world's form of like public transit. I think 2 hours is probably enough. Can I just copy and paste this layer? Or would that not line up right? Edit, copy, edit, paste. And if I just kind of pull it this way? No. It has to be a lot longer. But if I do this and I warp it and nudge it this way, that's close enough. There we go. That should do the trick. It's not going to follow a super clean path, but this works. On there. And okay, so we have the power lines. We have these, which I'll probably just put like a metal texture over here so I don't have to define all of the lines for the corrugation. Maybe add just a couple little things for plants. Oh. Yeah, just like here. There, and there we go. That's a little bit much. There we go. I think I'm gonna stop here for today. Looks like we got most of this line art done. Feeling pretty good about this. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, and